Howdy, hey, welcome back to All About the Disney Life. I am Danny B, the girl who is all about the Disney life. We now move on to our next category or topic for this Disney channel. It is Disney movies that got their own spin-off TV shows. And our first show that we are giving facts to, it is The 7D, which is a TV show based off of Disney's first animated movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This was seen on Disney XD and it was released on July 7th, 2014, and it ended on November 5th, 2016. So here are the voice actors and also the characters for this TV show. The 7D is a group of dwarves who protect Jollywood from the glooms and other threats. They are the descendants of the dwarves that founded Jollywood. So we have Kevin Michael Richardson as the voice of Happy, Billy West as the voice of Bashful, Bill Farmer as the voice of Doc, D. Bradley Baker provided the vocal effects for Dopey, Maurice LaMarche was the voice of Grumpy, Steven Stanton was the voice of Sleepy, and Scott Menville was the voice of Sneezy. Now for the Glooms, we have Kelly Osbourne as the voice of Hildy Gloom and Jess Harnell as the voice of Grim Gloom. And then Jollywood characters, we have Lee Allen Baker as Queen Delightful and Paul Rugg as Lord Starchbottom. And then for recurring characters, we have Whoopi Goldberg as the Magic Mirror, Jay Leno as the Crystal Ball. Bill Farmer provided the vocal effects of Sir Yipsalot. D. Bradley Baker provided the vocal effects for Squire Pickington. Lee Allen Baker was the voice of Snazzy Shazam. There was also a character named Peaches who was a slow-moving warthog who pulls the Gloom's carriage. And then D. Bradley Baker also provided vocal effects for Giselle. And here we go with the facts. Number one, the backstory. The 7D is an American animated television series produced by Disney Television Animation, which premiered on Disney XD on July 7, 2014. It is a reimagining of the title characters from the 1937 film Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs by Walt Disney Animation Studios. The first season consisted of 24 episodes. On December 2nd, 2014, the series was renewed for a second season. On April 25th, 2016, Disney XD announced that the series would be canceled after 2 seasons. The show aired its final episode on November 5th, 2016, with 44 episodes produced. Number 2, the production. The 7D was placed into production in June of 2012 for the Disney Junior Channel with characters redesigned by Nora Z. Jones, who also made fish hooks for Disney before. In an interview with IndieWire, series director Alfred Gimeno said that the pilot episode was done in Flash, but the series was changed to traditional 2D, which added production value as Flash was design heavy. The storyboards and pre-production were done at Disney. Animation was produced by Digital E-Mation in South Korea, Toon City in the Philippines, and Wang Film Productions in Taiwan. Ruger also said that the 2D is also better suited for the show style. The show's theme song and many of the in-episode songs are done by Perry Grip. He describes the song as in kind of a punk rock style. It's pretty fast and has guitars, and the tone of my voice is a bit nasal and aggressive. But the music in the show really varies. In an interview with Geek Mom, Grip said that he was asked to pitch song ideas for various Disney shows, and that the 7D clicked with his style. He estimates he wrote about 120 songs for the first season, although many are very short and their styles vary. Composer Keith Horn does the orchestration in the show. Entertainment journalist Jim Hill has noted that some have related the voice ensemble to Marvel's Avengers, since it features actors who have voiced in popular cartoon shows. He also noted how many of the crew have worked on Animaniacs, including Tom Ruger, Sherry Stoner, Paul Rugg, Deanna Oliver, and Randy Rogel. Among the voice actors, LaMarche had voiced Brain, and Jess Harnell had voiced Wacko. Voice director Kelly Ward said, "God forbid if anything were to happen when they were all in one place, because the voiceover industry would be dealt a crippling blow." The cast usually recorded in ensembles of 2 to 4 characters when possible, with Ruger editing the timing afterwards for characters that recorded separately. Scott Menville, who voices Sneezy, said that the show takes place before Snow White was born, so the evil queen from the film will not be there. He also said it's a contemporary take on the film, as the characters are hip to the current generation and its pop culture references. Javon Phillips of Hero Complex also placed the series 30 years or so before Snow White. Ruger said that the show's demographic differed from his previous works with Animaniacs and Pinky at the Brain. However, he was also encouraged by Disney Junior to expand the demographic to include parents. Number 3, the broadcast. The 7D debuted on July 7, 2014 on Disney XD on the Disney Junior block on Disney Channel on December 26th, and on the Disney Junior channel in 2015. In Canada, the series began broadcast on July 13th on Disney XD. It premiered on Disney Channel in Southeast Asia on September 7th. In Australia, Disney XD began broadcasting the series on December 1st. On December 2nd, 2014, the series was renewed for a second season, where Ruger planned to make 39 half-hour episodes. The season premiered on Disney XD on January 23, 2016. The series had guest stars like Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne as Hildy's parents, Fran Drescher, Wallace Shawn, Amy Sedaris, Petros Papadakis, Jim Belushi, Kate Masucci, Phil Hendry, Sherry Autry, Jay Moore, Jimmy Weldon, Michael McKeon, George Takei, and Weird Al Yankovic, as well as Debbie Reynolds in one of her final roles before she died. On April 25, 2016, co-executive producer Mr. Warburton posted on his blog that the second season would be the series' final season and that the crew would be moving on to other projects. The series finale aired on November 5th, 2016. Number 4, The Reception. The 70 premiere broadcast ranked number 2 overall among Disney XD's animated original series premieres for kids 2 to 11 and kids 6 to 11. The series received mixed reviews from critics. Brian Lowry of Variety wrote poorly of the show, claiming that it has none of the charm of the source material and that its plot fall into a sort of no kids land in terms of age groups. Rob Owen wrote in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette that the characters were blandly drawn and that the show was just a chance to capitalize on the film. The 71 Outstanding Original Song at the 44th Daytime Creative Arts Emmy Awards. At the Golden Reel Awards in 2014, the episodes of Buckets and Frankengloom received a nomination for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Editing for sound effects, Foley, music, dialogue, and ADR for short-form animation broadcast media. Number 5, the video games. In June of 2014, Disney Publishing Worldwide released the 7D Mine Train, an endless runner video game where the player chooses one of the redesigned 7D dwarfs as their game avatar to pilot a mine car through various levels of the mine, picking up gems. It is loosely associated with the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train attraction at Walt Disney World, which opened in May of 2014. Disney also released an online game on their Disney XD website called the 7D Dwarf Track Builder, where builders can assemble a mine track or sky bucket course according to the dwarf's specifications. So, I obviously have never heard of the 7D, and being curious, I decided to go on to YouTube and I looked up the theme song and I watched it, and can I say the critics were not joking. The dwarfs, they look nothing like the dwarfs from the movie, and I think they did that just because they don't want to copy the animation style back in the late 30s. But the fact that the dwarfs, they don't resemble at all the dwarfs from the movie. I mean, they've kept their quirky characteristics and their names, obviously, but as for looking alike, not really. They look more like characters from Gravity Falls, if anybody remembers that show on whatever Disney Channel it was on. But the theme song, it was very interesting. The only thing that I could say about the theme song, the first second of it, it started with the hi-ho from the original movie. But, I really think they could have put in Snow White. They didn't have to do this whole thing before Snow White was born into the world. They could have added Snow White. They could have done the series after Snow White and her prince had their happily ever after and continued on with the story with the television series. That's my opinion, but whatever. So there you have it. Those are the facts to the 7D. If you like this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. And I hope you have a zippity-doo-dah day. Goodbye.